Hi, I'm Neil Snyder. Thanks for joining me for another Snyder Talk video commentary. Today I want to talk to you about commodities, and specifically I want to look at what commodities are and what commodity prices tell us. Well, first of all, what commodities are. A commodity is a product that cannot be differentiated from another product of that type. Example, gold is a commodity. Gold is gold. Gold mined in the United States is like gold mined in South Africa. Wheat is a commodity. Wheat is wheat. You can buy wheat grown in Russia or wheat grown in the United States. A metric ton of wheat is a metric ton of wheat, period. It has a commodity price. They aren't differentiated one from another. Other types of commodities include all precious metals, copper, aluminum, metals in general, all food products, corn, wheat, soybeans, and so on. Cotton is a commodity. Generally speaking, anything that cannot be distinguished from something else that doesn't have a distinct difference is regarded as a commodity. Now, what do changes in commodity prices tell us? They can tell us two things. First of all, they can tell us that demand is either increasing or decreasing. For example, if the price of a commodity is increasing rapidly, we know that one of two things is happening. Either that commodity is in great demand for use or consumption, or it's in demand for hoarding against possible inflation. Now, I'll talk about both of those, but I'll talk about them separately. Let's start out by looking at food products, which are commodities. And I'll look at corn specifically for this example, because corn is a product that can be used for consumption or it can be used for ethanol. When we took huge quantities of corn off the market to produce ethanol, we increased the value of corn around the world, grown around the world, and all food products that include corn as an ingredient. The result was that food prices went up dramatically if corn was a part of the ingredient. Food prices went up dramatically because we engaged in ethanol production. This is not about ethanol, but I will simply tell you this. Ethanol is a very expensive and inefficient fuel. And when we took corn off the market to produce this very expensive and inefficient fuel, we increased global food prices and caused people who were already starving or hungry to starve. There's no question that we brought about some terribly negative, unintended consequences as a result of our consumption or purchases as a nation of the commodity corn. Anytime a commodity in general, though, is purchased for consumption, what you see is an effect on the price. And the more commodity is used, the more demand for that commodity there is, the more rapid the price rise as a result. Now, we've all witnessed food prices going up around the world. We're seeing it in the United States, but it's happening all over the world. It's a more significant problem in other parts of the world than it is here in the United States. But the food price increases are a result of commodity price increases, not so much because of demand for commodities for consumption purposes, but it's being caused by demand for commodities for speculating against the falling value of the U.S. dollar. Now, let me explain what that means. As the dollar goes down in value, countries around the world who are either buyers or sellers of oil try to hedge against the dollar. And one of the ways they do that is they purchase commodities that will have demand regardless of which way the economy goes. An example would be corn or wheat. People are going to eat whether the economy is going up or down. So one of the ways you hedge against the value of the dollar falling is you hoard commodity products that will be in demand regardless of what the economy does. The result is to drive up food prices and as a result, inflation. It's important for you to understand that commodity prices typically run in the direction of inflation. As inflation is going up, commodity prices are going up. In fact, you can say that most of the time, commodity price increases drive inflation. The thing about demand is that demand, although it's not constant, it increases at a relatively stable rate. The thing about speculating on commodities is different than that. It is based entirely on betting against movement of the dollar. So it can experience commodity speculation can cause wild changes in commodity prices. It's important for you to know this because we're going into a cycle of rapid inflation brought about by speculation on commodities. Keep that in mind because you're going to see more of this. If you're an investor, if you're not already invested in commodities, you may want to talk to your financial advisor and find out if now's not a good time to get in, because that's how you'll benefit as an investor from rapidly increasing commodity prices. I hope this helps you. If you've got a comment, don't hesitate to let me know. The email address is nhsny@yahoo.com. Thank you very much for joining me for this Snyder Talk video commentary, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.